Since the conquest of Jaén, Córdoba and Seville in the 13th century, battles between the kingdoms of Castile and Granada were usual, reinforcing the role of fortified towns, such as Alcalá la Real, Estepa and Aguilar de la Frontera. Using the hill as a natural defense, the town of Aguilar stands on a previous urban plot. To the northwest, at the highest point, is the castle. And to the southeast, a walled enclosure which suffered several changes over time. After the Reconquest, the wall remained unchanged, but the town began to grow downhill and, in the 16th century, it already exceeded 7,000 inhabitants. However, commercial and political activity still lived within the walls. Entering through the Royal Gate, we arrive to the principal square. The town hall, warehouses, workshops and homes for artisans, and a singular element in the center, the pillory, where prisoners were punished in full view of the mob. Here public events and the market were held, the most relevant activities of daily life. Going up a zigzagging ramp, we passed in front of the butcher shop and the new jail, before reaching the arch, which leads us to the door of Espejo to enter the upper town. And we will still have to cross part of the old wall, to reach the church of Soterrano, in front of a small square. The eastern half of the building is the original church, while the western half was enlarged in 1530 by Hernán Ruiz el Viejo. 7 pairs of pointed arches make up 3 galleries, from which the new central one is higher with 3 windows on each side, and a rose window over an elevated choir from which the sound was projected to the entire building. The way from here to the castle crosses the alleys of the old town, to the upper esplanade. The southeast corner of the castle is the Dungeons Tower, an artillery stronghold which is part of the Fallsbraga, a zigzag structure with embrasures, built with artillery countermeasures, and surrounded by a pit. At the north end of the Fallsbraga, a curved access gives way to the Lisa, and entering through the door of the interior wall, we arrive at the place of arms with a cistern. From there, over 2 arcaded galleries that house the inhabitants of the castle, we can identify the towers: the Chain Tower, the Bell Tower, the Little Tower and, finally, the Homage Tower. This impressive rectangular-shaped building, with walls up to 5 meters thick, was the last bastion of resistance, in case the castle had fallen to the enemy. But also the place where official receptions were held. His homage room was lit by 3 windows with a double-vaulted ceiling, and was internally connected to the upper rooms and the deep room. A service room in a semi-basement from which you could go out to the northern mountain part, the steepest. At its feet, the fertile Andalusian countryside, after centuries of fight, was heading towards a promising future under the lordship of Aguilar.